Top 10 things to do when visiting Niagara Falls. You may find it surprising that Niagara Falls is actually surrounded by sister cities in two neighboring countries, USA and Canada, separated by the Niagara River lying between the US-Canada frontiers, flocked by over 12 million visitors a year. Niagara Falls are a spectacular display of natural beauty in a site that puts on an epic display of the sheer power of water, evident from the power plant ruins that will still survive in the surrounding areas. It comprises of three waterfalls between the US and Canada: the American Falls, the Bridal Veil Falls, and the largest of the three, the Horseshoe Falls. The first two are in the American vicinity, while the third is officially Canadian territory. Which sites should you visit when visiting the falls from the USA side? Stick around until the end to find out. Without further ado, let's see the top 10 things to do when visiting Niagara Falls. Number 1. Niagara Falls State Park. The first thing to do when visiting the falls would be an obvious choice: visiting the state park named after it. Niagara Falls State Park is the oldest state park in New York. It was opened in 1885 and currently comprises an area of 400 acres that is complete with natural scenery, forests, hiking, and cycling trails and picnic areas. Niagara Falls State Park serves as the perfect base to visit other attractions. For instance, one can easily get a ride on the vintage-style trolley to the Prospect Point Observation Tower, and it's also near to the Maid of the Mist Boat Tours docking station. In the park itself, the Visitor Center offers a 4D presentation of the falls if you're too tired to visit it yourself after a day of hiking across the park and enjoying picnic with the family. Apart from that, the falls light up at night thanks to various fireworks presentations on occasions, which you can enjoy from within the vicinity of the park. 2. Prospect Point Observation Tower. The falls are witnessed in their full might and majesty from the Prospect Point Observation Tower, as you can witness all three waterfalls: the American Falls, the Bridal Veil Falls, and the Horseshoe Falls. Those three combined form the Niagara Falls. You can either go straight to the tower or take a trolley ride from the NFSP to the tower. The tower looks like a regular squared skyscraper, but with an observation board that extends to both left and right, forming a T like the Teen Titans Tower. The most refreshing experience of the tower are the mist sprays from the waterfalls coming in due to its close proximity with the falls. The base of the tower serves as the boarding area for the Maid of the Mist and just minutes away from the Crow's Nest, a location even closer to the falls. 3. Maid of the Mist Boat Tour. Of course, any trip to Niagara Falls is incomplete without boarding the legendary Maid of the Mist. Ongoing since 1846, the double-decker boat brings you up close to the falls where you can witness them in their full grandeur, as the breathtaking visuals leave you enchanted and appalled at the same time. Do not forget your ponchos or raincoats though, as the sprays from the falls can leave you soaked. The boat tour lasts for a total of 30 minutes, during which you can have a good look at the American Falls as well as the Horseshoe Falls, which are technically inside the Canadian zone. 4. Cave of the Winds. Between the American Falls of the United States of America and the Horseshoe Falls of Canada lies a small place called Goat Island, which in turn is home to Hurricane Deck, more popularly known as Cave of the Winds. The cave is situated in Goat Island at the foot of the American Falls. It has a gorge depth of 175 feet. You can come face to face with the rapid and powerful rush of water in the American Falls as you descend into the gorge. Again, this is no place to visit without a raincoat, so be sure to grab one, which is supplied by the tour organizers, and also be sure to grab a pair of sandals, unless you are comfortable walking with soggy shoes all day long. 5. Niagara Aquarium. Once you're done with your adventures on the Hurricane Deck and the Maid of the Mist, you can head over to Niagara Aquarium for a calmer trip experience. With over 200 species of aquatic animals and 30 educational exhibitions, it's both an entertaining and educational experience to visit if you're with family, toddlers, or organizing school trips. The Niagara Aquarium is also a good substitute on rainy days when the weather makes it impossible to board the boat trips or go to observation towers. The aquarium also hosts presentations like the sea lion show and penguin feeding to keep the young and old engaged. It also serves as a rescue center for injured aquatic life. So if you want to know how the authorities are chipping in to save the aquatic life, head on over to the Niagara Aquarium. 6. Castellani Art Museum. The museum is situated in the University of Niagara. It was founded as the Buscaglia Castellani Art Gallery in 1978, but was rebranded as the Castellani Art Museum in 1990. It was presented to the University of Niagara by Armand J. Castellani, an immigrant to the USA who rose to abundant wealth in the 60s. This museum is home to over 5,500 art pieces, most of them being centered around the 1970s aesthetics. The museum was built to promote an appreciation of art amongst the residents of New York. So, if you plan to visit Niagara Falls and its surroundings, be sure to pay homage to the legacy of Armand Castellani. 7. Schoellkopf Power Station Ruins. While it may seem odd to visit places of doom and gloom on a vacation, the Schoellkopf Power Station Ruins offers a unique insight into the heavily industrial past of Niagara Falls and offers us to ponder on the prospect of what Niagara Falls would have looked like had these projects materialized. Starting in 1877, Jacob Schoellkopf, another would-be millionaire immigrant to the USA, bought the hydraulic canal at the falls as Niagara Falls Canal Company went bankrupt. By 1882, he became the first person to utilize the falls for power generation. The construction of power stations on the falls continued even after his death in 1899 and were churning out 400,000 kilowatts before its collapse in 1956. The reason for the collapse is said to be a seepage which occurred due to cracks in the walls built against the bluff of the falls. 8. Whirlpool Rapids Bridge. This marvel of modern engineering also serves as the crossing between the international borders of the USA and Canada. Standing at 225 feet tall, the bridge is also at a safe distance to observe the Whirlpool Rapids, a natural whirlpool in the Niagara River that is estimated to have formed over 4,000 years ago due to the tectonic movements. Stunning as it is, the whirlpool is home to one of the strongest currents flowing at a speed of 30 feet per second with over 100,000 cubic feet of water flowing in. 9. Devil's Hole Rapids State Park. Downstream from the Whirlpool Rapids lie the Devil's Rapids, another powerful water flow in the region. These rapids can be observed via the Devil's Hole Trail, situated in the state park, which is one of the oldest parks in the whole region, having been inaugurated in 1924. Apart from the rapids, an interesting fact about the Devil's Hole State Park is that it was home to a historic battle that took place between the European settlers and the Native Americans over the right to access land for portage routes. The 42-acre park also provides facilities for picnics, hiking, fishing, and skiing. Something of an all-in-one package, not to be missed out on. 10. Cross country. Niagara Falls are situated between the US-Canadian border, and the lax border rules between the United States and Canada make it easier for people to enjoy amusements located on the Canadian portion of the Niagara Falls as well. You can observe the falls from the rear end via the Table Rock Welcome Center, get an adrenaline rush by hopping on the Aero car that ziplines across the Niagara River, or feel like a kid again in the Clifton Hill Amusement Park. Just don't forget your passport. With that, we've reached the end of the video. Before you head off, let us know which of these sites sparked your interest and which of these sites you're planning on to visit in the comments section. Did we leave a great tourist attraction out of our list? Let us know as well, and be sure to leave a thumbs up if you liked the video, and subscribe to the channel to keep getting a dose of the rare unexplored sights of the world with Travel Great Vacations. Auf Wiedersehen.